Arsenal's journey to the 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League final is not just a typical competitive achievement, it is a historic moment that revives old memories while building new hope. The North London club has long been known as a major force in English football, yet there has always been one glaring gap in their history: the Champions League trophy. Now, after a two-decade wait, Arsenal has returned to the highest stage of European football in convincing fashion. They secured their place by eliminating Atletico Madrid in the semi-finals with a 2-1 aggregate score, including a 1-0 victory in the second leg at the Emirates Stadium on May 6, 2026, thanks to a crucial goal from Bukayo Saka. This achievement not only takes Arsenal to the final, but also revives the narrative of their past failure. The final will be held at the Puskas Arena on May 30, 2026, where they will face one of Europe's giants, either Bayern Munich or Paris Saint-Germain. However, more than just facing an opponent, Arsenal will be confronting their own history. Under the leadership of Mikel Arteta, this team has evolved into a tactically mature, mentally strong, and consistently performing squad. The question is no longer whether they deserve to be in the final, but whether they are ready to write a new chapter and erase the label of a big club without a European crown. The lasting scar of 2006. Arsenal's only appearance in a Champions League final came in the 2005-2006 season, a moment that remains one of the most emotional chapters in the club's history. At the time, they became the first London club to reach the final of Europe's elite competition, a remarkable achievement. In the final held at Stade de France, Arsenal faced Barcelona in a dramatic match. Despite being reduced to 10 men after Jens Lehmann's red card, Arsenal managed to take the lead through Sol Campbell. At that moment, the dream of becoming European champions felt within reach. However, as with many tragic football stories, everything changed within minutes. Barcelona responded with goals from Samuel Eto'o and Giuliano Belletti, turning the game around to win 2-1 and shattering Arsenal's hopes. The defeat not only denied them the trophy, but also left a wound that lasted for years. Generations of players have changed, managers have come and gone, but the memory of that failure remains alive. Now, 2 decades later, Arsenal returns to the final with a chance for redemption. Can they learn from that experience and transform a painful past into a story of triumph? The consistency that defines Arsenal this season. Arsenal's Champions League campaign in the 2025-2026 season can be described as one of the most consistent in the club's history. Across 14 matches, they remain unbeaten, recording 11 wins and 3 draws. These statistics reflect not only dominance, but also a level of stability rarely seen in a competition as demanding as the Champions League. From the league phase, Arsenal demonstrated their quality by winning all 8 matches and finishing at the top of the standings. This dominance continued into the knockout rounds, where they convincingly eliminated Bayer Leverkusen, Sporting CP, and Atletico Madrid. What makes this journey even more impressive is how Arsenal has won their matches. They are not always spectacular, but they are consistently efficient. In the knockout stages, they have followed a clear pattern: controlling the game, maximizing opportunities, and maintaining defensive discipline. This is the hallmark of a tactically mature team. Under Mikel Arteta, Arsenal has evolved into a side that relies not just on individual brilliance, but on a solid system. This consistency will be their greatest asset heading into the final, as stability often proves more decisive than moments of brilliance in matches of this magnitude. Bukayo Saka and the birth of a champion's mentality. In every journey toward a major title, there is always one figure who symbolizes transformation. For Arsenal this season, that figure is Bukayo Saka. His goal against Atletico Madrid in the semi-final was not only decisive, but also reflected the team's overall mental evolution. Saka, a product of Arsenal's academy, has developed into a key player capable of delivering in crucial moments. When pressure peaks, he does not hesitate to take responsibility and make the difference. This is the quality that separates great players from ordinary ones. Declan Rice's statement after the match further reinforced this idea. He admitted that after Saka's goal, he was convinced Arsenal would win. This kind of belief does not emerge instantly. It is the result of a long process of building confidence within the team. Arsenal is no longer a side that collapses under pressure. They now possess a collective belief that they can win, even in difficult situations. This mentality will be a decisive factor in the final, as at the highest level, the difference between victory and defeat is often determined by mental strength. Arsenal and the revival of English clubs in Europe. Arsenal's presence in the Champions League final also carries a broader significance for English football. Over the past 2 seasons, no English club has reached the final, an unusual situation considering their dominance over the past decade. The 2024 final featured Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund, while the 2025 final saw Paris Saint-Germain face Inter Milan. The last time an English club appeared in the final was in 2023 when Manchester City won the title. Historically, English clubs have reached the Champions League final 27 times, winning 15 titles. However, this still falls short of the dominance shown by Spanish clubs, who have been more consistent in securing trophies. Arsenal's presence in the 2026 Champions League final offers an opportunity to improve that record and restore England's reputation as a leading force in European football. More than that, it reflects the successful regeneration of English football, with a new generation of players and managers capable of competing at the highest level. Arsenal now carries not only the club's name, but also the hopes of a nation. The double opportunity and a new era under Arteta. The 2025-2026 season has the potential to become one of the most historic in Arsenal's history. In addition to reaching the Champions League final, they are also in a strong position in the Premier League title race. With a points advantage over Manchester City, Arsenal has a real chance of securing a long-awaited domestic title. If they succeed, they will not only end a long drought, but also establish themselves as a new dominant force in English football. A combination of domestic and European success would mark this season as a defining milestone. This progress cannot be separated from the influence of Mikel Arteta, who has built the team with a long-term vision. He has successfully blended talented young players with experienced figures, creating an ideal balance within the squad. His flexible tactical approach has also allowed Arsenal to adapt to various match situations. If they manage to win the Champions League, it will not just be about a single trophy. It will signal the beginning of a new era. An era in which Arsenal is no longer just a contender, but a benchmark in European football. The 2026 Champions League final in Budapest is more than just a match for Arsenal. It's about history, redemption, and the opportunity to write a new chapter in their long journey. After 20 years of waiting, they return to the biggest stage with a team that is more mature, more confident, and better prepared to handle pressure. From the wounds of the past to the dominance of this season, all these elements form a powerful narrative of a club's resurgence. But in the end, everything will be decided in 90 minutes on the pitch. So, will Arsenal finally break the curse and win their first Champions League trophy? Or will history repeat itself like in 2006? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth football analysis.